Getting bullied is a skill issue. Come at me. Come at me. Say some shit to me. If I was like a ghost and I flew into like a random school and I see two little boys and one boy is picking on the other boy, he's flicking his ear, he's smacking him in the back of the head, he's treating him like his bitch. Modern society and the world now will tell you that that boy, the one that is picking at him, is in the wrong. That he is the perpetrator, the bad guy, the evil one, whatever you want to call him. Both of them are guilty. Both of them are in the wrong. Both of them are doing something wrong. And the little, victim, he is partially responsible for what is happening to him. The victim is guilty of breaking a very, very important rule in nature, in the universe, in life. And that is that you are responsible for your body and what happens to you. And you are partially, if not like fully responsible for your reputation and how others perceive you. Because sometimes, someone else can make lies about you and it's like, it wasn't your fault, but you might as well just take accountability anyways. But what happens to you physically and what someone and what someone does to you, you are responsible for reacting to that, and you're responsible for your response towards that action or towards that input that you've just gotten. When someone is picked on, when someone is nipped at, or when someone does something to you, it is your responsibility to do something about it, okay? I am not belittling like the victim here. If we go back to our analogy about the little boy, I am trying to empower that little boy to do something about it. Literally, even my mom and my dad told me exactly what to do if the scenario was to pop off, someone was to mess with me. You do something about it. You react to it negatively to prevent that positive feedback loop that will end up repeating the behavior. When someone nips at you, you do something about it. It does not have to be violent. It simply has to be confrontational. Big difference. Where's my water? So my water just despawned. Oh no, I finished it. The boy was getting his head slapped and his ear nipped on because he let it happen and he didn't do anything about it. It doesn't matter if the boy is small and weak. It doesn't matter if he might get in trouble. You have to basically be a rebel for at least those 10 seconds, to prevent yourself from being pretty much just a victim. In life, okay, God has given you your body, all right? It is important to protect your body by all means. This is like with everyone. You are 100% responsible for defending your body. You have to make sure that you are not in positions where you can be harmed. You are not in positions where someone can do something to you. You're genuinely responsible for that. I will not walk around in Croydon or Peckham or anywhere in East London, right, at midnight, because I am putting myself at risk. And if something does happen to me, even though that person chose to do it to me, I am still responsible for putting myself in that position. Same goes for being bullied. That boy has allowed the other boy to nip at him and he's not doing anything about it. Now that he is not doing anything about it, he is basically told the bully to continue what he's doing, to continue nipping, slapping, engaging, and overall just bothering that boy. Bullying or attempted bullying is nothing more than a shit test from the world. And what you need to do is you need to basically just make sure that you pass that test. The way to pass this so-called bullying test is literally to react negatively to the input. Now we can talk about the bully. See, the bully is, and if you read a couple books, 9 times out of 10, they themselves have their issues and they themselves are victims. The bully is acting this way because he himself is probably being victimized, or she, obviously, girls can be bullies too, because he is trying to regain some type of power, okay? This little kid could be getting abused at home or somewhere. It could be any type of abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, right? Stuff like this happens. One of the things that haunts the hell out of me is that there is a pretty good chance that in my school, think about all the kids that you went to at school, that's hundreds. There had to have been at least 1 or 2 that were being abused, fully molested or something as kids. And they, think about that problem. It could have been that problem child. It could have just been a quiet kid. but like there's a chance that they were getting abused behind closed doors, and you never knew, you know? Like it's so sad to talk about, but like messed up shit like this happens, and it could be an explanation for that kind of behavior. Normal people and loving people don't bully. Like normal people are just bystanders, right? Naturally cowards. They don't want to do anything, but they don't necessarily hurt anyone, but they don't even help anyone either. The overall goal, this is actually kind of the main message that I want to push, is to be strong and confrontational against bad people or against bad behavior, because now you are like helpful. Now you give value. Now you're kind of almost serving some type of purpose. But I did make the title of this video, Getting Bullied is a Skill Issue. And that is because, again, you are responsible for what happens to you. The whole message of this video is self-accountability. You need to be responsible for yourself. You need to be responsible for what happens to you. You will fall victim, you know what I'm saying, to the abuse of others because you didn't protect yourself. You didn't protect your body. You didn't stand your ground verbally. I want to make obviously the extra disclaimer: do not be needlessly violent. Do not be aggressively confrontational. Okay, we live in the corporate world. We live in like the modern world. Okay, you make moves and you progress in this world by being compliant, by being cooperative, and like a little bit like submissive at times. Like, let's be honest. And I'm not saying those things are entirely bad. It's actually important to know when to actually behave like that, because you don't want to piss the wrong people off. A good example would be the Mexican cartel. Bro, I'm never going to Mexico. I'm terrified of those motherfuckers. What I'm saying is, yeah, you'll get into trouble by being like an aggressive, overly dominant individual. So it's important to not like just fully be like that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's not cool to be like that. You're kind of a dickhead. But you must always defend yourself, defend others, especially those that you love, right? And try to defend your reputation when you can. Someone insults you, you call them out on it, right? Someone touches you, you spin the... maybe it's like an aggressive one, but I don't care. If someone touches you, you're legally allowed to like fuck them up. So you spin their jaw and say they're trying to hurt you. You spin their jaw, okay? The little bro that's getting like touched, if he's getting his head slapped, the boy has every single right to backhand him, you know what I mean? Okay, self-defense is important. Self-defense is key. That is like a message that I like really want to get across, bro. Always defend your honor, because no one else is going to defend it for you. All right, so get that through your head. One of the best ways to become an individual that is like 100, 1,000 times more likely to stand up for yourself and to stand up for others, right, literally is learning a martial art. Get in the gym, get in the boxing gym, go learn wrestling, go learn MMA, go Dagestan 2-3 years. You have to be strong, because I really feel like it is important to be the type of person that will stand up for others. There are I just don't think that there's that many strong people, you know? There are not that many strong people. I feel this weird sense of responsibility to be strong myself, because there will come a time where I have to defend others, defend innocent, weak people that cannot defend themselves. It is important to do this. It's a moral duty to do this. But if you're getting victimized and you're being bitched, it is your fault, okay? Take accountability, learn that it is a skill issue and correct the skill. A skill that you can correct that skill issue is learning a martial art. Get in the gym, go get hit in the face. You'll become a different man. You'll become a new person. If you love this type of content, check one of these 2 videos here. Peace.